Going to be doing another book club video on the Mediator series by Meg Cabot. This one is the 4th novel in the series, and this one is called Darkest Hour, and it looks like this. It's pretty cool. As I've said in other videos for the series, there will be a link down below to the playlist, so you can go see all of the other reviews I've done on it. There's 2 more novels in the series. I have the next one at my house, and I'm about to read it. I'm super excited. I've already read the series, as I may have pointed out a couple times, but I forget the majority of what happened except for in the first and the last book. So I'm super excited to read the next 2. But I figured let's just get into the review on this one because it was really good and I'm super excited to be finished it and to be reading the next few. So this one, it follows the life of Suze Simon, as the rest of the series does. And she moved to California from New York City in the first novel, and she's been living her life with her 3 stepbrothers, Sleepy, Dopey, and Doc, which their names are Sleepy's Jake, her oldest brother, who is in senior year of high school. Dopey, his name is Ryan? Brad, I'm sorry. They never really mention his actual name, so it's kind of hard and confusing, but his name is Brad. And the youngest, Dopey or Brad is Susanna's age, and they're in sophomore year. And then the youngest brother, whose nickname is Doc, but his real name is David, is 12 years old. So that is her life, and she's adjusting to life with stepbrothers and a father, even though her father is actually dead. And now it is summertime in Caramel Bay, California. I think that's what they call it, or just Caramel, California. And so she is there. She's living her life. In the previous novel, she got hurt at the very end. Now she's recovered. She's been ungrounded. And as part of life in California, her stepfather suggested that she get a job for the summer. And much to her dismay, it was either get a job or go to summer school. But because her grades are too high to go to summer school, she decided to get a job. So Sleepy, her eldest brother, got her a job at the hotel that he works at. And little to her surprise, he got a bonus for recommending her. And when they hired her, she became the new hotel babysitter. Ooh, fun. So she gets to be called in every morning, pretty much at 8 o'clock. And she babysits for the some of like the richer hotel guests, because it's a very high-end hotel. It's not like a Four Seasons. It's more like the, I don't know, maybe the Four Seasons is a nice hotel. Kind of like the Trump Tower or whatever. I don't know. One of those really fancy-dancy rich people hotels. So she's the babysitter there, and she's babysitting for this family who she doesn't really like. And the youngest boy is named Jack, and he doesn't want to do anything. He's not very athletic. He doesn't want to go outside. But he has an older brother named Paul that is very attractive, yet not as attractive as Jessie. And Jessie, as I mentioned in other videos, is the ghost that lives in Susanna's room. And they kind of have this little fling going on, but neither of them have really said anything about it yet. So, as you may have guessed, a ghost living in Susanna's room. Yes, she is a mediator. That is the entire purpose of this series. So she can see ghosts. And as it turns out, Jack can also see ghosts. That's one of the reasons why he doesn't want to go outside, because he's scared of the ghosts. So Susanna helps him, telling him that they're okay, they're friendly. And so this boy opens up to her, and he gets to go swimming, and he learns all of that. You'll read about that in the novel. And he's starting to trust her, and because of that she gets paid even more, but that's not really what she's dealing with. The ghost who has the problem in this novel, and maybe I have mentioned this, maybe I haven't, but I pointed out, I think, that on the book, whoever is the ghost, or like who's ever different color on the cover is the ghost. So in this series, oh wait, I don't know, whatever color she's wearing. So in this one, in the first book, she's wearing like a little bit of teal right there, and the ghosts are the teal color, and in the other books it's like that, but this one's different. She's wearing pink with like a little bit of white on the collar, and I'm guessing that's a Jessie because he's white. But anyway, the ghost other than Jessie is Maria de Silva Diego, who's her actual name, and she is the person who was supposed to be marrying Jessie back 150 years ago. So the entire reason why she popped up and came to Susie, and she came to her in a not nice fashion with a knife to Susie's neck, and that's not very good, is because in the backyard, the entire property used to be a hotel back when Jessie was still alive, and same with Maria. And when they're thinking that Maria killed him, and so did her husband, whatever, Felix Diego, that's his name. That turns out to be true, that they did kill him. And they buried him in the backyard along with a cigar box of letters. And they first find the letters, like the family, Andy, the stepfather, and Dopey, or Brad, they're working, building a deck and trying to put in a hot tub. And so Maria warns Susie to tell them not to dig, otherwise she'll kill her. And so, as it turns out, Dopey and Andy find the body, and Jessie kind of disappears, and Maria does a whole bunch of really mean things to Susie in the meantime, like turning the orange juice into bugs. And so eventually they kind of have all this inner battles, and Susie's like, I really like Jessie, and that's her inner battle throughout the entire novel. And so after a really big fight, Father Dom, who was on a retreat, came back, and Jessie ended up being gone because Maria tricked Jack, who is the little boy that Susie's babysitting at the hotel, tricked him into doing an exorcism and getting rid of Jessie. So now Jessie is no longer in the mortal world or whatever. Now he's in like purgatory or whatever, like the in-between world. So Susie's obviously really upset. And I'm realizing I'm calling her Susie, but they call her Suze. I kind of like calling her Susie though. Her real name's Susanna, but I kind of like Susie rather than Suze. Anyway, so Jessie's gone, and Suze has this awesome idea to do an exorcism on herself, to go into that place and to find Jessie and bring him back because she's in love with him. So after a few attempts that were spoiled by Father Dom, he finally agrees to do it, and so she goes up into like the heaven and finds him, and then on her way back it ends up that this rope that she has attached to Father Dom and Jack, because they're holding it, that one gets cut by Maria and Felix, who show up at the church where she's doing her exorcism, and so there's a huge battle going on with them. Meanwhile, Jessie and Suze have to get back, and while they're up there, who do you think they'd run into other than Paul, who is Jack's older brother? Now, in the novel, he's trying to seduce Suze to like go out on a date and to like get to like know her, but she keeps on putting him down because that's not her kind of guy. Jessie is obviously her kind of guy. So they meet him up there and they're like, what the heck are you doing up here? And he's like, Suze, you didn't have to exercise yourself or whatever. I'm a mediator too, kind of, although he didn't really explain it. I'll teach you my ways. And so Jessie like punches him, and then they jump back through the hole, and Susie becomes human again. She's in her body, no longer a spirit. And so then they defeat Maria and Felix. They do an exorcism on them, and those two are whooshed away into their whatever place, and they're no longer in the mortal realm. The other hole for Susie, who had her exorcism, that one closed up. Everything was fine. Jessie was still there, and he wanted to stay there. And after Susie fell asleep for about a day and a half, long story short, her and Jessie kissed, and that's what the entire lead up of the story was, and that is like the last line of the book, and it was super duper awesome. You guys need to check it out. I'm going to be reading the next book in the series. I'm posting that one, and it will also be in a playlist down below. Oh, the next one's called Haunted. Yeah, it's called Haunted. And the sixth book in the series is not at my library, so I might have to go and buy it. But it'll be worth it because I cannot wait to read it. So, thank you very much for watching. As I said before, the playlist will be down below. Also, I have a blog that I post little book updates, like reviews on, like written reviews. But I'm really behind on it, so I do apologize. But if you do want to go check that out, the link will be down below. It's called Never Empty Bookshelf. So, yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.